If you're on Miraculous Twitter at all, you've probably seen these posts comparing the Miraculous to the MHA characters. Now, I've never seen MHA, nor do I plan to. One show with a problematic fanbase is enough for me, so I don't think I can personally wager in on this, but it does bring me to my point, which is the Miraculous heroes are way too overpowered. I get that in their universe they probably aren't because similar powers are after them on the daily, but when you're literally the creators saying that quite literally only one other hero team could beat them, and even then they would struggle. Like, that's gotta be a bit of overkill, so today I'm gonna dissect some of the key powers of the Miraculous holders and comment on whether or not they should have them, or if they really should be as strong as he claims. Now, I guess to preface, I'll go a little further into the claims to show you how serious this is. The fandom are posting posts like, "Did we defeat Ladybug? No, Deku, that was Pigella." And then the comments are like, "Oh, it's true, Flopella would end them." Like, the Miraculous fandom is notoriously against Pigella for no reason other than that she's the pig. I think they may also not be the biggest fan of her weapon and power, but the main source of hate seems to be that it's a pig, especially considering how powerful her power can actually be. There have been some other posts claiming they're going up against some of the weaker heroes and some of their powers, and it's like, "Oh, did we defeat Ladybug?" And it's like, "No, we barely got past the illusions." But you know, it doesn't gain the same traction as if they mention Pigella or Eagle, which I've never actually seen Eagle hate up until today, but it seems to exist. I don't think they're against her, just her power, because it's a bit weird and unexplained at times. But yeah, part of the reason I'm making this video, the man, the myth, at least I wish he was a myth, and I'm not calling him a legend, Thomas Astra. He has been placing his bet and has said the Miraculous are so strong that only the Justice League, with the big three, could defeat the Miraculous. Which I think is stupid, because I think if any hero is sneaky enough, they could easily steal the jewels. I mean, the fandom would pull some bull out about how the Miraculous aren't meant to be defeated, so Bunnix would interfere, but let's just say Bunnix can't interfere. I'm sure any speedster could defeat them. I mean, pin any Miraculous holder against the Scarlet Witch. They are getting slimed. The problem is, one of the Miraculous powers are that they're nearly invulnerable, which Astrak has explained upon in his big rant. Apparently, nearly invulnerable means they're immune to any physical attack or power, which sounds a bit OP. Like, what I'm hearing is they could survive a Superman punch or his laser eyes. I mean, I don't know if he's normally holding back, but a lot of Superman media does make people survive his attacks, but I'd imagine that's probably just to give them stakes. When Superman is up against someone else, he is just crazy. Like, Thomas seems like the kid who you play Drawing Wars with, and he makes a spaceship out of this super rare, indestructible material, and you're like, "Oh, I might have this, which it doesn't destroy it, but it definitely weakens it," and he starts crying that you're cheating. Like, Thomas says the Miraculous could beat Goku. I've never seen anything Dragon Ball related, but I know a big part of that is how strong Goku is. Like, there's literally that meme, anytime someone calls themselves strong, you've got the gif of Goku saying how strong. Like, I get the Kwamis are technically gods, but there's that stupid rule about only limits being the one you place on yourself. Like, considering the Miraculous were made to contain the Kwami powers so they weren't too powerful and caused all these devastating consequences, but yet you're telling me you can just go as far as you want. Like, at a certain point, is a holder just gonna set off a disaster by accident? Like, you've got to draw a line in the sand somewhere. They just can't go as far as they want. Like, it almost sounds like the Miraculous are meant to be the most powerful characters in all of fiction, or at least on the superhero side of things. Like, Thomas Asterisk said Ryuko is stronger than Thor, and Purple Tigress is stronger than Hulk. Like, this is insane if this is true. I guess this does finally give me an answer on if the Miraculous would survive a punch from a Spider-Man who's not holding back, but I don't like this answer.
Excuse the microphone quality. I remembered this as I was in the middle of shit, and it's just not working out at the moment. He did say that Jesus was a Miraculous holder, so he would definitely want them to be the most OP thing ever, because he's like big on religion, despite saying he doesn't want to talk about religion on Twitter because he shouldn't be influencing people to a certain side because that's like morally wrong. He definitely likes to brag about how Jesus was a Miraculous holder, which is a bit of a crazy thing to say when you think about it. Like, you believe in Jesus and everything, but at the same time, you've given Jesus your fictional powers. I can't tell if he is taking the piss half the time, or if he is dead serious, because he's definitely stupid. I really do not know what goes through this man's head, Like, I really just want to make a video about him at some point, because he has said the craziest shit to everyone, blocks the people who agree with him for some reason, and then, like, he instigates the people who go after him. Like, people argue with him, and he goes on and on. He does not block the people who argue with him. He thrives off this shit. He just loves to argue, I swear. I could keep going. I don't know what to say. I really want to dig into this sooner or later, but at the same time, my whole channel should not just be about this show and this man. I swear, I watch other stuff.
On top of the invulnerability and literally no limits on their powers, the Miraculous have enhanced speed, agility, and strength. Now, there's never been any specifics on how far this goes or if it's one of those no-limit rules, but I think it's getting a bit ridiculous. It's different when you have a few characters who can do all this crazy stuff, but when your entire lineup of like 15 heroes is just OP as hell, where is the fun? Especially when these powers seem to have no consequences. It's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Like, at times it sounded like there were going to be consequences, but they get removed after a couple episodes, so what's the point? Like when Gabriel made his first Mega Kuma, it seemed like it took a lot out of him, but then after that, he just made them like he was always making them.
I can do this! I want it!
Which it is known that after the Kwami finishes the food you've given him, it drains your life force instead, which as an adult apparently doesn't do much, but I feel like if you're using extra power, it definitely should. Like to the point where if a child uses a power the second time because they overrode the rules, and they start getting cracks on their face because they're using the power too many times, I feel like an adult using the power a bit more should definitely hurt as well. It's like the unification of Miraculous, that has the drawback, but that was also seemingly dropped in a lot of episodes. Only mattered in Season 3, and then Season 4 dropped it, came back for a little bit in Season 5, but then Gabriel was like, I am so much stronger, I can just do whatever I want. I don't even think it's fair to pit other heroes against these overpowered OCs. Like, Capra Kid versus Superman could be over in a few seconds, because what's to stop Capra Kid from making kryptonite? Which the rumor is Capra Kid can't make real magical items, but I think that only applied to the magic wand because magic wands don't exist. Because Safari, with the power of the goat, was able to make duplicate Miraculous powers, like to the point that she was warned not to use multiple together, so these were the real powers. And even if he somehow wasn't able to make kryptonite, I am sure he could block out the sun. It's actually so sad how OP the Miraculous are. Like, these powers need a major rework. Like, I don't care if they're nearly invulnerable, just make it that stronger attacks do actually hurt them. Like a punch from Superman, no one should be surviving that. And make the limits based on the holder. That way they're not going too far. Like, maybe reserve a couple characters like Ladybug and Cat Noir who can go as far as they want, but even then there should be a major drawback so they can't do stuff like that every episode. Like, if Ladybug is struggling with a villain, maybe then she can make a giant fire truck Lucky Charm, but it should take a bit out of her. Even then, the multiple uses of the power should take more out of them. The way she just spams her Lucky Charm in Season 6 is crazy. She barely even comes up with a solution half the time, she's just spamming until she figures out what she can do. Some episodes seem to forget that she has the multiple use because she'll summon the first Lucky Charm and be like, oh no, what am I meant to do? Instead of just boom, boom, boom. I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but yeah, the Miraculous are way too OP. It's not even funny. Which, as I said, in their universe, it's okay. But when you're comparing other hero teams, it's definitely not fair. Especially with a power set that's barely explained. How is it fair to put them against other heroes who we know their weaknesses, we know their strengths, we know everything about their powers? Meanwhile, the Miraculous, it's just like, oh, I want to do this, so I can do this. Like the invulnerability stuff, that was only explained today. The most we knew before today was that Mayura's fan shouldn't have hurt Ladybug when the center monster was pretending that it did. The movie Miraculous seemed to be a little less overpowered, so maybe the comparisons could come from there. Like, the heroes and villains, they can actually hurt each other. Cat Noir's suit was completely ripped up by the end of the movie. And Season 6 has been adding some needed stakes, among other things, so hopefully they start to make the Miraculous a little less overpowered. But as I say that, I remember that they all got their adult powers in Revelator, so it's probably wishful thinking. But with that one, I'm gonna go. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe.